Hey guys, what's going on? This is chapter 4. This one, probably gonna be talking more about the symptoms that came afterwards. As you probably heard on the other one, I already had a few that I already started with. And this is where I think the symptoms started building up more and more, and the after effects of what happened. By this point, I still had no answers. My body was slowly deteriorating. I could feel it. I could feel my muscles being atrophied, and I could feel like my body kind of like sucking itself, like craving for like nutrients, I suppose. And the effect that that had on my mind was really, really, really hard. Because then again, by this point I had no answers at all. I was kind of happy that I saw my family at least one last time. I came to peace with myself, and I said, okay, at least you saw them. If you die, at least you're dying with the family around you, and that's something that it kind of gave me peace in some way. But nonetheless, I was still full of extreme fear. And yeah, just like, again, just seeing your body deteriorate in front of your eye, like in front of your eyes, and you just don't know what's happening. It's very, very hard on the mind, because you're trapped. One side of you wants to die, like, just like, stop, I don't want this to happen. And the other side is like, no, dude, you gotta keep going. And this was the hardest thing, because at this point, I still, again, didn't have an answer. So, I was like, what do I do? My sister, she worked at an MRI office at the time. She offered to take me to her doctor, super nice, neurosurgeon, and did a bunch of MRI scans. They scanned my brain, they did everything. But still, like, I remember just sitting there and waiting and getting inside these machines. And for most people, it's really not that hard, but I guess me going through this kind of felt what people were going through, like terminal illness, terminal death, like cancer and MS and all these things. I really thought I had that because, again, I was just seeing my body deteriorate before my eyes. And, like, one day I would wake up and, I couldn't do this anymore. Like, this was impossible for me to do. My hands would only go up like this much. And walking was an insane thing. It was a challenge. Taking a shower, I had to sit down in this like special special stool, to be able to take a shower, because I couldn't physically stand up. And coming from doing gymnastic rings and doing all these insane sports, or I guess workouts, to being pretty much completely partially immobile and disabled, was pretty freaking hard. It was really, really hard. And again, I got the results back from the MRI. They came out that everything was fine, which was a good sign. They said they found like an abnormal vein in my brain, and I was like, oh my God, I'm bleeding out. But no, it was fine. They said it was just like a birth defect. Maybe I'll die from that when I get older. Who the hell knows? I honestly, it is what it is. But yeah, they said everything was fine. So at this point, I started freaking out even more because, I guess I did not have, okay, I discarded all this MS and ALS and neurological disorders because my brain showed clear signs that it was still healthy. And I was like, and everybody's like, yeah, it's not that. And I was like, crap, what the heck could it be then? Nothing's really happening here. Like, what could it be? Again, during this period of time, like, I was still very, very sick. Like, I could repeat this over and over 1,000 times, but it was just not working out at all. And then at this point, I was like, you know what? I need to speak with my meditation teacher. I was very into meditation at the time, and I still am. And I called her and I was like, hey, this is what happened. I'm back in Florida. Like, I'm feeling like total crap. I'm sleeping 2 hours a day. Like, my body's having these tremors. I'm shaking every day that goes on. I'm losing track of my body. Like, my arms, I can't move them up anymore. Like, I feel like I'm an 85-year-old dude, guy, old man, just trying to make his last minutes like live. My muscles are getting atrophied. And she said, come to the meditation, community meditation that she did. And I had gone to those before, and I was like, you know what, sure, why not? Obviously, when she saw me, she was like, this was like a few days later. Obviously, between these days, I was having extreme nightmares. Again, my mind was just not in the right place. I was crying, all these things. And eventually, when I got there, she saw me. She was like, holy crap, like this is pretty intense. What happened? I kind of gave her the brief summary, and she was like, all right, we're gonna have to go to the come to my house after the meditation. This was already pretty late. This was like around 9:30 at night, and we'll go ahead and do a full on. We'll go ahead and do a full on like inspection of you and what's happening. She's done a lot of pranic healing, energy healing. She's like a medium as well. She's very into like energies and I guess you would call it like the supernatural, or like, I don't know what you would call it depending on your beliefs. But I was like, what, at this point, I'm kind of like, in my mind, I'm already dying, and no doctor's telling me anything. So why not? Let's just give it a shot. And yeah, I just said, let's give it a shot. And I said, whatever, and this is where I'm going to stop it, because after this is what kind of led to the beginning of my recovery. But then again, it was very, very difficult. And it was just, again, a lot of things going on at once. Me kind of accepting that I was going to die, because I just could feel it in my body, which is something super weird. And at the same time, kind of like just coming to peace. But then this kind of gave me new hope, maybe, that going to this, kind of like consultation, spiritual consultation, would get me out of where I was. So yeah, I'm going to stop it here for now. And I was kind of filming and something happened. I'm not sure, the transition might have been a little awkward between the last video or this video. But yeah, so this is where I'm going to leave it off, and I'm going to start with how I got answers and how I was able to kind of figure out what was going on. So yeah, and I'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Again, thank you so much for your time. If you've made it this far and if you've gone here, I really appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one.